Hello and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, we will guide you through the process of setting up 4 monitors for an immersive flight simulation experience. This setup will provide you with a wide field of view, enhancing your simulation experience. Let's get started. First of all, let me show you my setup. As you can see in the image, I have 4 monitors. 3 of them have 27 inches. One of them has 25 inches and it's an ultra-wide monitor, an LG. The 2 monitors that are on the sides are 2 Philips monitors with 27 inches, and the one in the middle is a Lenovo monitor, 27 inches as well. So, and now, let's go to the point. First thing we have to do to get something like this is we need to go to this website. This is the multimonitorcalculator.com. Okay, if you are planning to do your own setup, first things you have to do is to be sure the things you are planning will fit in your desk available. So this website is a very good website with a very good tool to test your future setup. Let me show you how it works. First thing you have to do is to define which is your maximum desktop available. In my case, I have only around 4 feet to fit all my setup. Okay, so by default it comes with a monitor of 27 inches, landscape position, aspect ratio 16:9, blah blah blah, resolution 1920 by 1080, refresh rate 60 Hz. Indeed, this is the monitor that I have for now. So I want to add another monitor. Okay, the second monitor has same configuration. Okay, but here I want to do something different. I don't want a landscape orientation. Let's make a portrait. Okay, and let's move to this side. Let's add another one, pressing this button. And let's do the same. Select the third monitor. Here you have the third monitor, and change the orientation to portrait. Okay, that looks much better. Let's put this in the right position. Okay, as you can see, it's just drag and drop the monitors and it will stay in the place. As you can see, this is slightly longer than my desktop availability, but I will show you how to change it later on. And at the end, I want to add another monitor. This is the fourth monitor that will be here, but as I mentioned before, this monitor is not like the others. It's a 25, okay, I'm doing it wrong, 25 inches. The position is landscape, but aspect ratio is not this one, it's this one, it's 21:9. The resolution is, this resolution is 2560 by 1080, 60 Hz. So as you can see, this monitor is not fitting exactly. It seems that it fits exactly, but this is like some difference at the bottom and the height and in the width. So this is my setup. This is the monitors I want to fit in my desktop. Then it comes here, a tricky part is, this is a flat screen, but I can't turn this. Okay, this is the way I did. So I have this monitor placed here. The main monitor is here on top, and this monitor I flip a little bit. Oops. And you can see everything fits. Forget about this, because this is the effect of the rotating the screen. It's just a matter of, or be sure it will fit in your desktop. So this is the way I have my setup right now, and I just saw before. Okay, you can see here how it is, how is the angle, how is the monitor, how is the other angle. And it is true that at the end of the day, I have my monitor a little bit past my desktop availability space, but it's fine. It's fine. So I highly recommend using this multimonitorcalculator.com website in order to decide which monitor will fit in your desktop. So this is my final configuration, and as I mentioned before, it's 327 inches monitor plus one ultra wide 25 inches monitor, LG. So at the end of the day, this is a little bit more than a 55 inches TV. Okay, this is around 140 centimeters. My system is around 143, 44, depending on your adjustments. But this is slightly higher than 55 inches. Okay, it's bigger than a 55 monitor television. Okay. So once you have decided your setup and you have checked that everything will fit, you will have to start configuring your Windows. Because the point that we have here is that we have monitors in different situations, different orientations, sorry. Landscape, portrait, and in this case I will show you later on that is upside down. Okay. If you can see here, Lenovo is here. This monitor is upside down. In order to minimize the bezel, you can see the bezels is like a small line here. It's a minimal bezel. So I put the monitors with the logo on the outside part of the screen in order to minimize the bezel. Okay, so this is important. So now let's move to how to set up this in Windows. In this case, you cannot use NVIDIA or you cannot use surround system and another system because we have different orientations, and it's gonna happen the same for the bezel correction. So first thing you have to do, you have to do it manually. Okay, you have to right button on the screen, go to display settings, and here you will see your configuration. You will have your monitors in a different shape. Okay, what you have to do is put everything, all the monitors in the right position. Okay, whatever you want to have, you put everything as it's gonna be. Okay, and then the next thing you have to do is choose one monitor, whatever, go to display orientation and select which is the orientation you want to have. Okay, in my case, that is the left side monitor is portrait, normal portrait. So the logo of the monitor is going to be on the left side. This monitor is landscape, but it's flipped. Okay, because I want the minimum edge, the minimum bezel at the bottom. Okay, so my logo is going to be here. This monitor is upside down. This monitor that is on the right side is portrait but flip, because I don't want to have here my logo. I have the thinnest edge here of the monitor. And final is the fourth monitor. I will put this in landscape. This is the only one that is normal. Okay. So once you have done this and you have put everything in the right place, okay, you have to apply, and everything will change and will be good to go. Next thing you have to do is choose one of the monitors for being your main display. You have to go down to multiple displays and select this box, make the main display, accept the changes. And then for the rest of the monitor, you have to extend the desktop to this display. Okay, then you will have only one desktop with the 4 monitors. So you go to here, extend desktop to this display, the same in the fourth. Okay, and the same in this one. Then apply, and you will have your 4 monitors configured. Just a tip for doing this: if you put in place, in this place, all your monitors, then you start Windows, it's gonna be complicated. So my suggestion is to keep these monitors in normal position, do the changes here, because if you have in this monitor here, when you move the mouse up, the mouse will go down. When you move the mouse right, the mouse will go left, and it's gonna be really complicated. So this is a lesson learned, because I did this first, and I started doing the changes here in the multiplayer display and the orientation, and was a headache, a really headache. It took me more time that required, but it was okay. It's really confusing. So if you can do it, you have a space in your room, your desk. You put the 4 monitors in normal position. You do these changes, then you restart Windows and you start putting each monitor in the right position in your final setup. Okay. So once you have done this, there is one thing that I mentioned before, but I want to come back. Okay. This monitor is not the exactly size required. Okay. So you can see it's a difference. It's a difference. It's a difference between the height required is a little bit less, and the width as well is a little bit less. So this is slightly smaller than the perfect dimension required. So what I have to do here is, a part of this difference is the screen resolution difference. This monitor, the screen is totally different to this, because at the end of the day here I have 1920 pixels. Okay, and in total I want to have here the same number of pixels. Here I have 1080 pixels. So I have to find out the difference here with the bezel correction, how to get this resolution here. And here I will be I want to have 1920 as well. So I need to create a specific resolution for this monitor in order the image to have continuity between the 4 monitors in this one. So what I did here is I went to the NVIDIA control panel. You can see here my setup, and specifically in this monitor I had to create and customize resolutions. So how to do it? You press in customize. Okay, you enable resolution not exposed by the display and create custom resolutions. Okay, in my case I have to do this. I put here 1920 in horizontal pixels, and the vertical lines is 810. Okay, as you can see, it's not the exactly if you add 810 with 1080, it's not giving you 1920. Okay, pixels. As I mentioned before, my monitor is slightly smaller, so I want to fit the image as the better as I can. So I'm losing a little bit of the resolution here in order to fit with the real shape of the monitor. Okay, so you have to try and test one after the other until you have the best resolution, and you try with the games, and it's okay for you. So it's try until you feel comfortable. You can see here different options I tried until I tested this one. I feel quite comfortable with this. These two could fit. Okay, these two, three more or less. The difference is very small, but in my case, for me, this is working. Okay. So once you have done this and all this, you have the complete setup, okay, and you will find that you can have something like this, okay. So let me show you, because I mentioned before about the bezel correction. In this setup, we don't have the bezel correction for NVIDIA or whatever. You have to do it manually, okay. So what I did in order to minimize the bezel impact for this setup. So it's not fancy, but it is what it is. In order to minimize the bezel, I overlap the monitors. You can see here, okay? This is the upper monitor, and this is the lower monitor. So I put one on top of the other, and you can see the left monitor that is overlapping with this. You can see here in front, you don't appreciate this difference, and you can see the overlapping is almost perfect in most of the things, okay. Here you have a difference because I mentioned before, I have to choose this side or this side, and the height is a slightly jump here, okay. And you can see the monitor arrives only here, so I'm losing a small distance here and a small number of pixels because this monitor is shorter, okay. And here you can see my setup from behind. So as I said before, I'm overlapping is quite takes some time, but at the end of the day, the result is good. You can see here. So not that bad. When you are playing, it's very nice. So okay. So after this, I have other one comment is when you are gonna try to play the games, you will need to make some adjustments. Some of them you will have to play in window mode, others you have to struggle with the setup and configuration in order to recognize your screen resolution. So for DCS it was quite straightforward for me. I just put the resolution and it was working in one Lua file. For other files like XWin alias, I have to make some changes as well in some files. For all games, or for other games, you have options like this program that is the simple runtime Windows Editor. You can adjust your game resolution or screen to your desktop resolution or window size. This program, let me show you, where is it? It's here. So you have, in this case I don't have any game working, but if you have an old game, you choose the game, here will appear the resolution the game is working at. Then you have to change the width and height to your desktop resolution. Set, and the game will automatically adjust to this resolution. Maybe you need to adjust the X or Y, normally the X position or Y position, depending of your setup, because maybe your screen you can see only half of the screen and half is on the left side or the top or the bottom or the right. So you can adjust with the adding or detracting pixels here for the starting position of the screen, and with this in very simple steps you will be able to play the game in the full view, full screen with your final setup. Okay, so I hope this tutorial could help you to improve your setup and gaming experience, and thank you for watching. Happy flying.